and it looks like we're live. I think we're live.
I'm a little scared.
What's up? And we already have chat activity. We got Pink Zebra in the chat. Hey.
A couple of the people from my Discord are just like, we're gonna go in there and convert people to the cult of. I'm like, there's no cult. There's no cult. There is no cult. Please.
It sounds like there's a cult.
Do you excommunicate people?
I don't run the cult. I don't.
Okay.
If there is a cult, I am not responsible for it. I don't know what's happening.
Oh, we've all heard that before.
Like, what level are you? Like, how much money are you
I
in?
apparently wrote the scripture, quote unquote.
That's a big deal.
Oh, okay.
That's
a prominent position in the cult.
Yeah.
If people consume blood in the cult, it would be your blood, I believe.
I don't know. We worship a stuffed dragon. That's all I know.
Oh, okay. So
I like it.
Let's see. We got 3 people in here. I think it's gonna start filling up a little bit more in a moment. But what's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? My name is still Judah Rad. Oh, what's up? Comics will break your heart. Hey. Yeah, I'm still named Judah Rad. This guy is still named Robo Strange, and we have a special guest with us. We have Feather Mage, the creator of Caravan on Webtoons, who
I'm waving and you can't see it.
Invisibly waving. So, hey,
Aramis, Ashley Oberg. Aramis is back.
Feather is Ashley Oberg. But anyway,
hi, that's me.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know you were on it. Now I do.
We got a fun show ahead of us. We're going to talk about Caravan. We're going to talk about what we're nerding out on, not necessarily in that order. And then we have a whole bunch of kind of little news tidbits that have popped up over the last week. So we're going to get into that. Before we get into all this comic shit, what's new, guys? What's going on? How's life?
It's good. Thanks.
My boyfriend learned my love language and has gotten me a Panda Express and a Starbucks gift card, so pretty good.
Oh my God, Panda Express, the ultimate love language.
The ultimate love language.
It's just food of any kind. Like literally one day I broke down in tears because he sent me Panera. It's just he's figured it out.
Do they still have the honey shrimp, the honey walnut shrimp?
I do believe so. I went there earlier today. I got the sesame chicken though. I like the sesame chicken.
Oh, nice. Sesame chicken's
there
good.
He is.
Which one?
Is that Adam
Yeah,
Tilford?
that one.
That's the Panda Starbucks Panera guy?
Yeah, we're calling him out.
Nice.
Good job.
Nice.
Good job.
Yeah. Cool. I'm still kind of like I'm still obsessing over Invincible. Like I'm literally like my whole week now is just me counting down the days to the next episode of Invincible. That's pretty much the highlight of my week.
Are they doing that Amazon thing where they're releasing it one episode at a time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
It sucks. Yeah. Like
it's the new thing.
I'm used to binging and I can't go back to appointment television. It sucks.
Yeah. I think they just learned their lesson though. It's because you sit there, you get done, you binge it, and then you just bitch for like an entire year at the people who like, when is season 2 gonna come out? And you're like, just because you took 3 days to watch a 6-month show, and then they're like, you know what? Disney's doing it. Everyone's doing that 1 week at a time, and I'm mad.
They announced it. HBO announced a new Curb season. I'm like,
oh really?
I cannot wait for that. I think that's exactly what I need in my life is another season of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
That's true.
Yeah.
So apparently the cult is real, and Feather Mage literally came on live internet to deny it, and I feel like the trust is broken. Is the cult real or not?
I don't know, man. I don't.
We need to be able to trust you.
She's maintaining plausible deniability. That's what this is.
It may or may not be. I don't know.
If it exists, I have no control over it.
Hey,
let's see if we get some cards.
Yeah.
Let's
see.
Don't.
At the end of this episode, we'll see how many people you guys convert.
Yeah. So what have you two been nerding out on lately? Why
Much the
don't
same
you
as
start?
you. Much the same as you. Invincible, a little bit of comic books here and there. I did buy
Falcon.
Falcon. Yep. That's getting actually really good. Had a slow start for me. I wasn't as excited as everybody else, but yeah, like the whole like U.S. agent kind of like, okay, so are they going full bad because he straight up murked that dude, but then it's like, oh, but he didn't really, and he was a terrorist, and it just sparks conversation. It's great. Like I really like it. I really like it.
And Julia Louis Dreyfus, which is like I fucking love
Right?
her.
Yeah. Exactly. I also I have a bunch of stuff waiting in my pull box, and I was like, I told him. He goes, I got the glow in the dark Geiger variant cover, and
that's a
I
good
was
book.
really I was really excited to get that. I didn't go get it, but I did grab this.
Ooh, yes, please finish that. Get off stream and finish that book.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
What are you doing, man? I see where that bookmark is. It's nowhere near as far along as I want it to be.
No, it's like what is it called? TikTok, where everything's flipped. Like, I mean, that's the end. That's all I have left. It's backwards. Camera stuff.
Take your time, absorb it, drink it in like an iced tea. You gotta savor the aroma and the bouquet and all that. You know.
Nice. Yeah.
Have you guys read Berserk? Not Berserker, the Keanu Reeves and Matt Kent book, but Berserk, the manga.
Some of it.
My brother. So I'd never heard of it because I'm not in the loop with manga. But my brother shot me a text message. He was like, "Dude, you have to read this, and it's all free." So I was like, "Okay." Holy shit, it's awesome, but it's definitely not for everybody. It's super violent. But yeah, I really dig it. I like ultra violence and stuff, so I definitely enjoyed it. But not for everyone. But fuck, it is like whoo, action packed.
Well, what was the other one? What was the other one that we read that was like, this isn't okay?
Crossed. Yeah, it's not at
anything
it's
like
not
that.
It's not at the Crossed level. Crossed like that's the only time I've ever found anything that was like too much for me. But yeah, Crossed is like I'll never read that again. But this is like in the fun level of like fucked up, where it's
okay. Yeah. So I've watched stuff like Blood Sea and all that stuff, and yeah, gory manga.
Yeah,
I like.
Besides that, I got my Bad Idea books finally. So I read ENIAC #2 and what's that other one? Tankers #1, and I really enjoy both of them. We're gonna interview Dinesh Shamdasani tomorrow.
Yeah.
But you guys aren't gonna see it for like probably another year. But yeah, we are gonna.
If that, it might not even the file might just.
We
disappear.
have this thing, but you can't have it ever.
Ever.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's pretty much all that's up with me, and I'm playing Mass Effect. What have you been nerding out on, Feather?
Real quick.
Oh.
Let me.
Sorry.
So I picked these two.
Ooh,
so
yeah.
If you guys go check out the Kickstarter Discordia, these two, Christopher Jerome, Patrick Biermeyer.
We talking about these bad boys?
Those bad boys. They you might see Judah Rad and Robo Strange in the credits in the back as supporters, but I'll tell you what, that is a good story. But sorry to interrupt, Feather Mage.
Oh no, those are some beautiful covers. You can interrupt me for art. That is perfectly allowable. Let's see, what have I been doing? Catching up on My Hero Academia because I guess I'm basic. Rewatching Cat Noir and Ladybug because again basic, and checking out Vocaloid because that's popular now again.
Which one is the last thing you said?
Vocaloids, the robots that sing.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Oh yeah, and reading a lot of romance webtoons that I probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't.
Probably should not. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. Good deal.
Danny M says I got stuff from that Kickstarter too. Original piece of art. Piece of art, you say?
He one up to you.
Original. Did he though?
Are you about to one up him back?
Yeah.
Adam Tilford likes Berserk. Nice. Danny likes Berserk.
Berserk is a classic. It's like the Romeo and Juliet of anime. Even if you haven't seen it, you know about it.
Okay.
There we go.
Well, it's nice to finally be sort of in the loop with that because I'm always intrigued, but it's like I never know where to start with it.
With anime in general, or like
anime and manga. Like I'm intrigued, and I've seen some that I like. That is really cool. I love that. I love that.
This is a painting by Patrick Biermeyer. So I commissioned him to do this. He's like, yeah, I can do something. Can you do it in a painting? He's like, fuck yeah, let's do a painting. And so it took a little bit because he's a super busy guy, and I have a Patrick Biermeyer painting original.
And it is not mounted or backed. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Go to Joanne Fabrics right now.
I just got it today.
Ooh, but definitely not Hobby Lobby.
That's a lie.
Don't go to Hobby. I mean, you can go to Hobby Lobby. Just steal a whole bunch of stuff. It's fine.
Just steal the stuff. Yeah,
that's true.
That is pretty dope.
Then burn it down as you walk out.
Like I was saying. Oh, what's up, Pommy? How's it happening? What's the haps? We just talked. It's hard for me to break into manga and anime. Like I watched, I enjoyed, I like Ghost in the Shell. I like Akira, and those are pretty much the only two big, like, well-known. Oh, and Vampire Hunter D. But like all the shit that I like is from like the 90s. Like I'm not up to date with what people are watching now. And then as far as manga goes, it's basically just Ito and Berserk. Those are pretty much the only that I've ever read. So Junji Ito stuff and Berserk.
If you want to try an anime based on what you're telling me, I think one of the more recent animes that's come out that you might like is called Death Parade, and it is on Hulu right now.
I love the name Death Parade. I'm 100% intrigued. That sounds great.
It's about a whole bunch of people in purgatory that have to play games in order to find out if they're going to heaven or hell. It's
like the
pretty
Good Place.
Twisted. Yeah. Well, except with gambling.
Okay.
Like darts and bowling and weird stuff like that. It's a really good anime, and the opening song is bop, like perfection. Yeah. It does not set the tone of the show at all, but it'll be in your head for like the next month.
Sweet. I'm definitely going to check that out. I'm getting all these recommendations. Pommy's saying Death Parade is good. Danny's saying Fate Zero. I'll have to check that out.
Don't get into the Fate series unless you like have a month off.
Oh, wow. Oh, man.
They just made a whole bunch of spin-offs of it, and I don't even know where to begin with it, so I haven't watched it, because I'm just like, okay, we take mythological figures, and now they're fighting, and they're different classes, and I'm confused, and why is Joan of Arc here?
I'm definitely intrigued. So you do Webtoons, and more specifically, you do Webtoons where you really capitalize on that vertical format. So my first exposure to a webtoon was I'm such an idiot. I can't remember what it's called. It's about Greek mythology and it's sexy.
Lore Olympus?
Lore Olympus, yeah. So I kind of got into that. I read a lot of it. I haven't finished it yet, but that was kind of my first exposure where I was like, ooh, this format is really cool, and it has a completely different set of things to offer that like mainstream comics don't. So I read The Cloud That Became Rain from Luxiva, and I really liked that. And then I read Pommy's book more recently, and I like that. So like I'm starting to slowly discover it and get into it. What drew you to this medium? Like, how'd you get here?
Honestly, it's just keeping up with the times. I've been doing short form comics for a while. Back in the days of Smack Jeeves, I don't know if anyone remembers that platform. I actually had tried to release Caravan, but it was just wrong place, wrong time, and I burned myself out doing the weekly page updates. And that was the traditional like comic book layout where it was just like a single 8x11 page with the panels in it. But unfortunately now Webtoons and the scrolling format is what people do, at least the online. You can still get stuff printed, but it's a little difficult to get people to buy stuff if they don't know who you are and you don't have like brand recognition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool.
Tell us about it.
So tell us about it.
Tell like Caravan or just Webtoons in general?
So let's start with Caravan. So let me create a scenario for you. You're like trying to convince someone who's never seen it before, who doesn't know you, who's never read it, who's never even read a comic book before, to check it out. What's the
Elevator pitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons meets Magic meets Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Done.
Done.
It's the story of a young girl named Shauna who has some kind of illness, and it's kind of caused her to be a shut-in for most of her life. She has a caretaker named Yoon, and they discover kind of awkwardly that there is a potential cure-all that is very far away. So they have to get from the desert that they live in currently to the shores of the oceans. Along the way, they're going to be meeting a whole bunch of various characters. The first one we meet is a swordsman, quote unquote, without a sword named Woe, who has a bad attitude. And one of his first notable events is he literally throws her favorite stuffed doll, which is kind of like her only companion other than her parental figure, out of a moving wagon. So people are a little mad at him right now. Yes, all praise Scoodles, the stuffed dragon. So they're on their way across the world in order to get to the ocean and get mer tears. Mer are kind of like mermaids. You can kind of guess where I might have gotten that name from. So right now they are headed into a brothel where Woe used to know the owner. But the owner has changed since the last time he was there. It's actually one of the working girls now who he knew, but now she's the madam of the establishment. She's kind of done some renovations, so it's no longer just a brothel, it's a resort. People can go there and get spa treatments and see live entertainment, things like that. They're trying to encourage female power, so most of the girls that work there are not to just, as they say, shaking the sheets. They have a job and a profession and a skill. Woe needs to learn to sip some respect woman juice. So he's going to be learning that in this arc. And eventually we're going to be moving out of here with one of our newer companions, Tamora, who will be kind of a guide and also foil for Woe, because Woe is very sexist and very close-minded and very hurt and jaded and wounded from the world. So he needs to be told to be respectful, not curse at people. Oh, no.
So there are some strong there's some strong opinions out there. So what I read in the
good woes are dead woe. Okay.
Only good woes are dead woe. The first couple of chapters, I just started this. I haven't finished it yet, but the first couple chapters that I've read, I was kind of like moved and like felt super bad for the protagonist when like she's out there and like her nose starts bleeding and everyone's like, "Oh, she's sick." And they just banish her, and I'm like, "Holy fuck! Like, what a terrible way to grow up." Like, she's definitely coming from.
How relevant?
When I was writing it, I was just like, "This is the story that we've had for 7+ years at this point." I was just like, "This kind of seems like COVID. Should we maybe not?"
Right.
And they're just like, "No, this is poignant. It's on topic.
Right.
Let's do it." It's like if you had somebody coughing in public, like isolate them.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do that. I Spartan kick people who cough around me. Just kick them real quick. And then they understand. They're like, "Oh, sorry, you're right." You know.
But maybe not a child. Like, if it was a child, I'd be like, where are your parents? I don't know.
No, only children. Because they're like super infectious.
Little disease trapped. Yeah.
I mean, people were quick to to dismiss the mom. But honestly, if you were reading it and looking into it, she did kind of try to make sure that the kids that she knew was safe. And then afterwards, she's like, where did that girl go? We didn't really explore what happened after that, but also kind of prejudice is a learned issue. All of the kids were there to help her. They didn't know what was going on. They're just like, "Oh, well, we'll get an adult. An adult will know what to do."
Until the mom taught them to be.
Her. Yeah.
And then the mom taught them fear, and now they're all bigots.
But I mean, it's also a learned response because the mother probably saw something like that. This is a less developed society than what we have currently. So if somebody's going around with a disease, that could wipe out the entire city. You don't know. It's the plague. Right. We're all going to die. But she did afterwards try to say, like, hey, where did the child go? With the intention of probably looking for her and seeing if she was all right once the little ducklings that she had under her care were safe.
Sure.
How do you know the ending yet? Or
yes, I do.
Okay. So you know exactly where this is going, but your fans don't yet. Do you have like any kind of teasery type things to say to make that people are going to analyze?
People are already analyzing so much in the comments, and so many times they get very close to the truth, if not the truth. And I have to just kind of go, ha ha ha, that's a crazy theory.
You're like, oh my god, did they read my notes?
Like, back off, they know too much.
But now they're going to go back to the comments and go, all right, so somebody in these comments, they're right. So now they're going to scrub back through and go, let's see who's the most right here.
So now this is where you pull a George R. Martin and like deliberately shit on their expectations and come up with something completely off the wall that's not what they want.
Yeah.
I wish. I've got this story written for a trilogy. Actually, we're in book 1, if you would. I will give this much away at least. Book 1 is going to be Shauna's story getting to the ocean, Woe and Yoon's relationship, and the various other people that they collect along the way. Book 2 is going to be Shauna as an adult, so her adventures then, and then book 3 will be her child. And they're going to be finishing an overarching story that I'm going to let be kind of quiet background stuff for now because it's less prevalent in book 1.
Spoiler alert, folks. Notice that Feather did not mention old lady life for her, so something might happen.
Does everybody hear us in the chat? If you can hear us, just say we can, because I don't know if it's just Pommy or if did our sound go away. But while we wait for a response, so I'm looking at the numbers on this, and we're talking 250,000 views, 7,500 freaking 776 really subscribers to it. Like, when you put this up, did you know it was going to be a success? Or were you like, this is good, people are going to love this?
I'm not really sure if it's a success or not yet, but I remember when I started it in September, I was thinking like, okay, if I get 100 people by the end of the year, I'll be satisfied. I actually have a sheet where I track my numbers so I can kind of defeat my imposter syndrome. I think I wanted like 3K come the end of this year. 3K, 4K come the end of this year. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I beat that by a bit. Webtoons has been very, very nice to me. I've gotten on the front page a couple times with them trying to promo my stuff.
And with those numbers still sitting above a 9, like, so you're rated at a 9.1. So people are watching, people are loving it, and they're rating it high. Like, that's awesome. Congratulations on this. Mm-hmm. This is great.
With that comes a lot of haters. I do know that I had some people target me and rate me down. If you get it's all math based, so it's going to be the median.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of people came in one day and rated me 1. It was right after I fought with somebody, and I can't prove that there was a correlation.
Was it a Twitter beef?
Nope.
We have enemies too. Totally understand it.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. Not asking you about your money, but for somebody looking into getting into something like this and maybe wants to pay some bills with Webtoons in general, does Webtoons, are they pretty generous? Like how do you get onto like partnership and things like that?
With Webtoons, in order to get monetized, which I am at this point, you need to have over 100 subscribers, which is the easy, or over 1,000? Over 1,000 subscribers, which is the easy part, honestly. But then you have to be able to make 40K views a month. Thankfully, I got featured in January, so I was able to start getting money from them as of February. You get like ad revenue, and then if you make over 40K consistently views a month, you get $100 from them right now.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So it's not a huge thing. I mean, I work full time, so that helps.
So are you looking at other avenues, like maybe a Kickstarter or something? I remember we talked to Luxiva about the vertical format, how it doesn't really translate well to like a physical release unless you do a scroll. That's what she said. Yeah. But yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I've thought about doing some like merchandise. I've worked on some prototype Scoodles dolls that I would like to maybe raffle a few of those off once I get them made.
Nice.
Definitely keep one for myself because I want it so bad. But then maybe make 3. I've got enough fabric to make a whole bunch of them. And then if people actually really want them, maybe send it off to a factory or something and get those made. Plus, I'm working on some keychains and some bracelets and things like that.
Awesome.
Cool. I want to make Woe's pendant also. Woe doesn't have it right now, but the pendant is very important. And I think it'd be cool to have a physical copy of it.
Nice. Do you have any other titles that you're thinking about dropping that are unrelated to this universe?
Oh, I'm actually working on another webcomic right now called Hench. It's much smaller, but it's kind of my relaxation comic. It's about a hench person named Despair who works for Lord Evil, not Lord Evil, Lord Evil. Very specific on that. And she is doing her best to be the best evil minion that she can, but she's not very good at it. She's trying, she's not getting there.
Okay, so she's not like the Endless Despair. She
goes by Desi. A lot of the gremlins in this world have names that are like despair, suspicion, trepidation, things like that. It's supposed to be the havoc that they will wreak into the world. But I think Desi's going to cause more despair for herself than anybody else.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that's not. Oh.
I've tried to do TikTok, but honestly, I have the attention span of what's something with a small attention span? What's my dog doing?
A squirrel. A squirrel has a small attention span.
I like squirrels. I want to get voice actors and do an animated trailer. I actually do have some music tracks that I super love. I'm working with the same creator that Pommy does. Pommy, can you get their what's their Spotify thingamabobber thing? Yeah, please. Give them a shout out.
Yeah, definitely do that.
They made for me a adventure track, an intro track, and a villain theme. So I'm really excited to actually use those. I listen to the one adventure track on repeat a lot because it has such a boppy rhythm that kind of makes me think of fantasy hijinks, and it helps me kind of get into the flow of things.
Awesome. And
I don't know if Tommy's listening.
Yeah.
Goldfish. So. Yes. I like goldfish.
Nice.
Goldfish. Okay. That's a good one as well. Sweet. So beginning to end, what's your process? Like you script, you do art, like how's that work? How's your creative process work?
Thankfully, everything is based off of a role play that me and my friend had been creating for almost a decade at this point. So I know all of the ins and outs of the story. So I go directly into storyboarding. And once I storyboard a chapter for me is 16 pages on Webtoons. Mm-hmm. I'll go back, I'll start to ink and color. I very recently hired, quote unquote, one of my friends to color for me. Nice. It's more like indentured servitude because I gave her one of my old tablets, so now she has to work off her debts. So I've got that, and then I go in and I add the. There we go.
If anybody wants to see the that link,
just letting everyone know it's there.
Yay! Then I go in and do the shading, the effects, and anything else like that. I'm currently working on storyboarding chapter 4. Which I'm a little bit excited because it's going to get to know a lot of the characters better. But I am hyped for Chapter 5 because at the beginning of the story, you get to meet the Dragonkin, which are a race of half dragon, half people. And we're going to go see their settlement and their society and meet them. And Scoodles will be coming back. Scoodles is coming back. I promise. Please don't roast me in the comments.
People seem to really love Scoodles. Scoodles is very popular.
He is like that dragon doll man. I expected people would be like, "Oh no, poor kid, she lost her toy." People are violent. Every episode I post, like half of the comments are "Where's Scoodles?" and I'm just like, "It's not here yet. I'm sorry."
Is it like a powerful? or I was gonna say, is it like kind of a powerful and exciting feeling to like depress people or like make people unhappy or like make people long for a character that you've gotten rid of or something? Because I would enjoy that.
Yes and no. Like, part of me is very like, ha ha ha, you're emotionally invested. And then the other part of me is like, there's so much else going on in this chapter, and you still yelling at me about this stuffed animal for real?
Do you ever get like tempted to go, let me tweak the story for a little bit. Let me see if I could do something more with Scoodles, because that's obviously, because I feel like a lot of showrunners do that, right? So they have like an idea of how it's going, but then the public reacts a certain way, and they go,
Does the feedback impact you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does to some extent, but I know that the emotional payoff when Scoodles and Shauna are reunited at the end of chapter 5 is going to be perfection. I am ready for it. I'm so excited. I just need people to be a little patient. And honestly, it's a big thing because Woe does come to understand the connection that Shauna has to her stuffed toy. And it encourages him to get better because right now he's a jerk. He's looking out for himself. He doesn't think that other people care about him. So why should he care about them?
Mm-hmm.
He eventually gets to understand that Shauna's a good kid. And he hurt her. I mean, he didn't mean to. He was just lashing out in anger, and he wasn't thinking about what he did. But he feels a lot of guilt going forward, and he wants to make it better. So he needs to change. He needs to get to his lowest rock bottom, which is coming up soon, and then he can start to grow from it. A little bit of a spoiler, in chapter 4, they're going to be in a city getting supplies, and Woe stops several times by a little toy stall and like looks at the toys and is kind of like, maybe I should make this better. I'll just get her another stuffed animal, right? She'll just want another stuffed animal. It doesn't need to be that specific one. So he starts to grow a little bit. I don't think he's going to be forgiven right away. I don't want him to be, because I think if people just forgive him for being kind of nice, he's like that guy on the websites that are just like, well, no, girls don't like nice guys. Well, you're not really that nice, are you? You're still kind of a jerk.
Right.
Yeah. If only he had some Panda Express nearby, maybe he would. Maybe he could
Yeah.
Just bring that. Be some panda. She'll be happy. It's fine.
So hey, if you're watching this and you haven't read Caravan, check out the link. It's in the chat. I'm going to put it up on the screen just in case you want to copy it down by hand.
You can also do tinyurl.com/caravantail.
Yep, you can also do that, and we'll go ahead and edit the description and put that link in there as well. But yeah, check it out. It's pretty cool, and give it a look. So this is kind of where we typically go into the news section.
We need an animation and a video and a time for news.
Time for news. Ooze, 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 ooze. Cool. And Danny just subbed you, by the way. So,
thank you.
So, yeah, cool.
If y'all need graphics, you're literally been talking to artists. Just hit one of us up. I would offer if you want it.
Yeah,
I can do some chibis or something. Just let me know. Talk about it after.
An explosion right here that engulfs the whole screen, and then news, ooze, ooze, ooze.
All that.
You might need to talk to Adam about that.
Yeah.
All that, but in the style of chibi. Yeah, exactly.
In the style of chibi.
So super bubbly flames, and then a little chunky unicorn comes up and says news. Like yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Ben.
Oh, whoa.
That's Ben Martinez. That's my uncle. Hey, how you doing? Uncle Ben, what's up? Chibi, Judah, and Robo. I stayed Chibi. What's up? All right, let's do this. Let's do some news.
So Marvel's Avengers declare World War She-Hulk on July 27th. This is the next big Jason Aaron and Javier Garron event, and they're just coming off the heels of Enter the Phoenix. So Jason Aaron seems like he's show running these days with the big events. That's coming out July 7th. Let's see what it has to say here. Avengers creative team Jason Aaron and Javier Garron are bringing She-Hulk's journey to a conclusion in new World War She-Hulk story arc. So Avengers number 46 kicks off the She-Hulk storyline, bringing the Jade Giant, which I like that, Jade Giant's journey to an explosive conclusion in the lead up to Avengers number 50. World War She-Hulk is an homage to 2007's World War Hulk, and features She-Hulk facing off against Red Guardian and the Winter Guard. I'm not even going to read this whole quote, but yeah, so this whole story arc that sort of started in the Hulk and continued through Jason Aaron's Avengers, where She-Hulk becomes less and less in control of her Hulk form, and just gets more and more scary. That's going to build up to a head. So we have that to look forward to.
I wonder if this is going to be
sad for her.
Well, so she back in like the burn days.
She-Hulk's biggest thing was that she had a lot more control over her.
Right.
Again, female superheroes, I'm just like there.
So yeah, it's kind of out of character, but it's also like back in the day, like you're absolutely right. She had like control, and that was what made her different than the Hulk, is that she was always She-Hulk, and even given the choice of being She-Hulk or just being Jennifer Walters, she preferred to be She-Hulk. Like she owned it. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then lately, for the last since I think 2018, the storyline has been that she's just gotten more and more into the Hulk persona to the point where she doesn't have any control when she's hulking out, and it's like almost like they've turned her into a lady version of Bruce Banner. So that's building up to a head. I don't know where it's going to go. But.
Well, if you check out what's happening with Ewing's run and like what exactly makes the Hulk, I wonder if there's some similar stuff going on in her head. And that's
the Green Door.
Yeah, well, you got the Green Door, you got this personalities, this battle. What I would like to see is at the end, the culmination of this event, like whatever is that rage, she brings it back under control, and at the end of that run, we get the old Jennifer back. So that'd be awesome.
Well, you know how like these events go, like. Anytime there's like something that changes in Marvel or DC, once it builds up to like its culminating event, then they like reset it back to almost like the status quo again for like another, like they break the world, they put it back together. They break the world, they put it back together.
Reset, or then they have what's his face come in and do his magical mystical wizard thing. Mephisto. You're talking about Mephisto.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange too. He does that a lot.
That's true.
Don't embarrass me in front of the wizards.
He made everyone forget that Peter Parker was Spider-Man because the editors were like, we want Spider-Man to have a secret identity again. Boom.
I mean, Marvel and DC both kind of have their get out of jail free card.
Big time. Yeah.
DC has Flash. And Flash,
Marvel has
and
Mephisto and Doctor Strange and Thanos and
the Beyonder and Ben
Franklin. And the Beyonder, and like a variety of other ways that they just completely reset reality.
Who's the son? Who's like can build universes? I always say Ben.
Oh yeah, that's Franklin. That's Franklin.
Yeah, is his name Ben?
No, it's
Frank. I think I mixed them up. Franklin Richards.
Grimm. Yeah. Ben Grimm is the thing. Franklin Richards is Franklin Richards.
They're together in my head.
So my when theory, you understand the storyline, they're just like, oh, now we're on Earth 57,528. It's fine.
Right. So
that's it. That's how you get the Council of Ricks.
The Council of Ricks. That's right. No. There was a Council of Reeds. There was a Council of Reeds.
Is Rick and Morty DC or Marvel?
It has to be Marvel because I laughed out loud when I heard about the Council of Ricks, and I was like in the room like, the Council of Ricks, but. Nobody?
It exists in the Star Wars universe.
That's valid.
What a council of all the same people, different versions of the same people?
No, not in the Star Wars universe.
No, exactly the Council of Ricks.
Yeah. So my theory is any fictional universe that exists for too long, eventually, once you cross you know how with TV shows you have jumping the shark? Like once Fonzie jumped the shark, game over. It's like it's going to be ridiculous from here on out. And with like movies, it's like once you nuke the fridge, forget it. It's going to be ridiculous. But like with comics, it's once you reset reality once, it's never going to be normal again. Like from that point on, it's like always going to be a revisited concept every time shit gets too crazy.
That's right.
But
Eva Webb's in the house. What's
oh, sweet. Eva Webb. We got Leif Isaacson talking about the Cosmic Cube. Danny M. After Thanos almost killed her in Civil War II, I want She-Hulk to go back to the Charles Soule days. Those were fun days. That was a fun series. Like the Charles Soule She-Hulk was kind of like almost like a lawyer procedural with the She-Hulk, which I thought was kind of fun. I'd like to see some more of that. Definitely.
I know they're talking about bringing She-Hulk to TV. I'm wondering if they're going to be borrowing any of these storylines because they do love to do that.
So it's going to be Rosario Dawson. Is it Rosario? Yeah, Rosario Dawson playing She-Hulk, I think.
Let me look that up.
It's all right. She'll get canceled on Twitter and they'll replace her, so don't worry about it.
They'll replace her, yeah. But I think, I don't really know what it's going to be like. I think it would be smart for them to make it kind of like a fun, cheeky police procedural type lawyer thing, only with She-Hulk doing superhero shit on the side. That's, in my opinion, a fun sounding show, but who knows? I mean, I have confidence in the MCU to like make good stuff, even if it's not what I'm like expecting.
I need Marvel to have some better female superheroes right now. I mean, I like them, but I want better ones.
Tatiana Maslany, I'm an idiot. Yeah. That's true. And Ben's gonna kill me. Yeah. But yeah, so that's that with the She-Hulk. Here's what's crazy is they're relaunching the X-Men again.
Well, Disney needs money. They're going poor.
Well, yes, they do need more money apparently, somehow, and they are relaunching it for the MCU, but they're also relaunching the X-Men in the comics. Like they relaunched it in 2019 with the House of X, Powers of X, and the Dawn of X, and blah 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 of X, and then X of Swords, and they're relaunching it, and I think that might be because not a lot of people seem to love this iteration of Jonathan Hickman's. I really like it. I know a lot of people that don't like it, and they're not wrong. But they're relaunching.
I wanted to.
It's just too much.
I wanted to. Yeah.
They're like that D&D player that's like, oh wait, I'll just re-roll. I've got another re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll. I'm gonna re-roll.
Yeah. These characters are never going away. That's like one thing we just have to accept is they're never going away. So if it's not making money, they're just going to relaunch it again and again and again until it makes money. But
the thing that makes me so sad is that the MCU will never have the Black Panther and Storm relationship that I loved growing up for multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could always happen, you know. It could always come back. So I'm super excited for what they're going to do with the MCU.
I just don't think that they can recast Black Panther. I think, at least not right now, they can't do that. So that's just dead in the water.
I'm against recasting in general. I just don't like to have to like explain to my brain that this completely different looking character is the same character. But
can we be fair that the recast of Quicksilver was hilarious in WandaVision?
Yeah, I thought so. Robo didn't.
I lost my mind.
Too soon.
I love Evan Peters, though. I love him from American Horror Story, so I saw him and I'm like, why is he in this show?
So they announced the new team for the relaunch of the X-Men, and it's going to be Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Sunfire, Rogue, Wolverine, X-23, not Logan, by the way, Sync, and Polaris, also with Charles Xavier. So I like Polaris. But
she's the one who won the contest.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, that's the one where people voted Polaris to be in, and I was like, what?
Oh.
I mean, you had a time-stopping superhero that could stop time. Like, why? All right.
And then Pepe Larraz is going to illustrate, and he's the guy who's currently illustrating X-Men and doing what I would say is a bang-up job. So it's going to be a beautiful comic. Whatever it is, whether it's good or bad, it's going to look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's that. I know it's not really on the agenda, but you brought up the MCU and how it's going to bring back the X-Men. I literally think about that every day. Like, I can't wait to see what they do with it. And I hope that they bring in X-23 because she's like the best.
I just hope it's better. I mean, I didn't dislike Days of Future Past, but I remember working at Red Robin a few years ago when they had all the promotional T-shirts and stuff, and people were just like, "Oh, have you seen that movie?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Have you seen that movie?" And they're like, "No." "Are you gonna go see that movie?" "No." Do you like X-Men? Yeah, I love X-Men. But you're not going to go see that movie? No.
It's just not right. I don't know how else to say it.
The X-Burger was really good, so props to Red Robin for making
I do want to try
a
the
more
X-Burger.
inspired burger than the movie ever was.
Yeah, I do want to try the X-Burger, and I'm sad that I missed out on that. I hope it comes back. What was on the X-Burger, by the way?
It was a crisscross bun with a big old X on the top of it. It had a melted cheese crisp, which were fly as I would just get those on everything. They're just delicious. There was some kind of unique sauce, like the X sauce, which was okay.
Ooh.
But Red Robin's burgers are good, and then you have the bottomless fries. So who's gonna complain?
Red Robin is an outstanding establishment. I put it. It's almost as good as Chili's. It's like I put it right below Chili's, which is high praise for me because I fucking love Chili's.
That's fair.
Red Robin. Here's the thing.
I worked there as a
Robin used
bartender
to-
and a chef for 2 years.
Red Robin used to have garlic fries that was actual oil and pieces of garlic. And one day, I walked into Red Robin and I asked for the garlic fries, and it was the powder. And I've never been the same. I've never actually recovered from that.
Oh, it wasn't oil, honey. At least when I worked there, in 2016 to 2018, maybe 2019, it was butter. It was butter and garlic, and you top it with Parmesan cheese.
Oh, honey, no. No, I'm just kidding. I want to know where yours is at because I need that in my life again. Wherever
I don't know if
Red
they
Robin
still
was,
do that though. It was a chain thing because I know they rented me out to other states.
So I hadn't gone to Red Robin. So I moved out of Washington in 2016. So this has to be like 2014 time frame. And I went to Red Robin and I wanted the actual garlic oil butter, and it was like powder. It was like something I was like, this is.
It might have just been a subpar Red Robin.
It could have just been a bad Red Robin because I know that was company standard according to the little iPads that they made us study.
Yeah.
So Eva, I might have to sick the moderators on Eva because this is just fucking blasphemy. 100% not true.
What better burgers? That Red Robin is better burgers than Chili's?
Chili's definitely has superior
Chili's
burgers.
has a more expansive menu. I think Red Robin does burgers better.
Yeah.
You're comparing apples and oranges.
I was not dissing Red Robin by talking about Chili's, Danny.
But also, you can't compare like the tavern burgers, which are like 2-ounce patties, to like a regular burger or their Black Angus.
Danny, 2 words: awesome blossom.
Bloomin' Onion's better than Awesome Blossom. Chili's
That is
good.
true.
I like the Cactus Blossom from Texas Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, and those rolls are the shit. Texas Roadhouse.
It is good. I just had Texas Roadhouse last month. Bloomin' Onion kills all the sliced, fried, 30,000 calorie onions.
The best onion that you can get is going to be at like a state fair, and it's going to be served by like some random dude in like 100-degree temperature. You're going to eat it as you're walking.
I haven't had a grassroots onion before. I thought it was only a chain thing. You're telling me that
it's at fairs and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
In the South, where they fry
That's
everything,
where
where you
born.
get yourself a fried Snicker.
I've always wanted to go to one of those fry everything fairs. I've seen it on the Food Network, and that definitely sounds like my scene.
I've had mine in upstate New York, so
okay.
it's not
home
just
of
the
the
South.
garbage plate.
Please don't. You're making me miss home.
Sorry to completely derail this really enjoyable conversation about chain restaurants.
So this is a show about comic books, but
so comic books. Emilia Clark wrote a comic book. That's a thing.
wow.
You might remember Emilia Clark as being the mother of dragons from Game of Thrones, Khaleesi. She so this is from her. She goes, about 3 years ago, I was in a car with a bunch of friends and was like, hey guys, wouldn't it be really funny if, and then I woke up the next day and was like, that would be funny. That would be fucking cool. Why not? And thus MOM, Mother of Madness was born. The 3-issue Image comic miniseries will be written by Clark along with writer Marguerite Bennett, probably mostly by Marguerite Bennett, I'm guessing. who she calls her comic guru, and it follows a single mom named Maya who discovers she possesses freakish superpowers and uses them to take on a secret cabal of human traffickers. Clark describes the comic as a Deadpool-esque blend of a lot of silliness and tongue-in-cheek humor combined with a very current feminist sensibility explored in an extreme genre-bending atmosphere. So when I first saw it, I was like, oh, great, another actor making a comic book, but this is going to be dope for a variety of reasons, and just hear me out. First of all, Marguerite Bennett is the person who wrote Animosity and a whole bunch of other really fucking awesome comic books.
Will there be dragons?
I don't think there are going to be dragons here, so that's a strike against it. But I got to look at some of the preview pages, and the is pretty great. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to surprise everyone with how good it is. I don't know. Are you guys going to read this?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? It's 3 issues, so you have nothing to lose.
I will steal it online, and then if I like it, I will go purchase a copy.
Okay. Yeah. So that seems kind of cool, and this seems to be a trend because Keanu Reeves and Matt Kint just made a comic book, Berserker with no vowels, Berserker.
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I was like, I loved it. Like, I'm stoked to read more of it.
Are the vowels extra?
You have to pay. That's a stretch goal. You have to pay a stretch goal to get the vowels.
Oh, fair.
Speaking of Emilia Clark, she was also just announced to play a character in the upcoming Disney Plus Secret Invasion thing, which I guess it's going to be a mini series. So that's cool too. So she's joining the MCU. I hope they give her a cool, like, I've been dying for Emilia Clark to join the MCU, and I'm kind of bummed out that she's not going to be Emma Frost. But whatever. Still, it'll be cool to see her in Secret Invasion, and that event's going to be pretty dope.
I'm just excited to see her again. I know she played a couple roles, like she was in the Han Solo movie, but
bad, in my opinion. She was good. She was good. The movie did not do it for me. I don't know what it was. I think
they could have just gotten Harrison Ford and just convinced everyone just pretend he's younger and just roll with it.
They should have done the deep fake.
CGI'd, CGI'd like the youth.
People, it annoys me
no,
how much
leave him as he
negativity.
is.
There's that would. Hey guys, I'm 22. But yeah,
so basically do like a 1990s high school movie. Where like,
people
like a 90s
believe
high
that
school
Paris
movie.
Hilton has a personality, so I mean, there's been broader stretches before.
Ouch,
right.
Zing.
Ouch. Zing. The people always, every time they do the deep fake, like with Grand Moff Tarkin or with like Carrie Fisher or whatever, people always come out and they're like negative about it. Like, oh, it looks so stupid or it looks so weird. And like, I wish those people would just not, because I like that. Like, I like the fact that they're finding ways to like keep the same actor for like a character. Like, I'm willing to swallow some uncanny valley to have like some consistency and to see like characters like Grand Moff Tarkin again. But that's
Let's
just my
animate
take.
everything. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. We've reached that point in life. Let's just do it. Speaking of non-comic people being involved in comics, you guys listen to metal at all? I know Robo doesn't. Feather, you listen to metal?
From my high school days, yeah, I was a metalhead.
Did you ever listen to Ghost?
I have not, but I did quickly Google that there's going to be that crossover thing. Like,
yeah, are you talking about? So, yeah, like they're not my favorite metal band, but they're pretty good. Like, I do like a few of their songs. I saw them once on accident. Like, I didn't know I was going to see them, but they opened up for Avenged, and I actually saw them again because they opened up for Metallica. So I've seen them twice, but they're not my fave. But I like them. They're going to be on the cover of a new variant release for Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 2. I guess they're doing this whole series of like metal bands on the covers of re-releases of Death Metal 2, which I think came out last year, by the way. But they're still releasing variants for it because welcome to DC Comics. And you know, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo, huge metal fans, which is why they themed their last 2 DC events after heavy metal. But so the full message from the band regarding the Ghost Edition is message from the, like, their whole thing is they dress like popes and like act like they're like satanic clergy for like the Church of Satan. But they go, message from the clergy. We wish to inform you that Ghost is on the cover of DC Comics Dark Knight's Death Metal, issue number 2, which launches in France, Spain, Germany, Italy, Brazil, Mexico, and Argentina this month. In case you missed it. Okay, this is not them. In case you missed it, a Megadeth version featuring Juanjo Garnido of issue number 1 of Dark Knight's Death Metal was previously released. So they've done Lacuna Coil, they've done Opeth, Sepultura, Dream Theater, and Ozzy. So I don't know. It's just a thing they're doing. Maybe I'll end up collecting them. I don't know, but I do like anytime metal gets mainstream attention. That always makes me happy.
I might go pack up the one with Dream Theater, honestly. See if there's a copy on the internet somewhere.
Do it. I saw them too. They were really good. They opened for Megadeth. But yeah, they're that's awesome. And then here, I'll screen share. I have the cover right here, actually. Give me a second. I always fuck this up. God damn it.
I believe in you.
Thank you. It's about time someone did. Am I right?
Oh, I'm just saying it to be polite.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you did it.
So here,
your entire screen on that. Oh my god! God damn it!
Check it out. So this is the Ghost cover.
Hey, look, it's Robin the Goblin.
It's Robin the Goblin. That's right. And then there's the Batman who laughs right here. What's his face from Ghost? I think his name is like Pope something. And then you got your little 3 Jokers Robins, or little Robin demons right here. So, yeah, well, there you go. That's that. It does look cool, and yeah, I'm definitely into it. But anyway, there you go. And then this is kind of near and dear to my heart. This is actually our last news item. And I think Robo will attest to how exciting this is for me, and Michael Malone. But Marvel celebrates Aliens' 35th anniversary with Aftermath this July. So Marvel Comics is bringing us back to the world of Aliens this summer. The publisher has revealed that they are celebrating James Cameron's legendary sci-fi classic with a brand new, supersized comic book titled Aliens Aftermath. This is going to take place in the same world as the movies and will pick up where Cameron's 86 sequel left off. So Aliens Aftermath is billed as a special one-shot that comes from writer Benjamin Percy, who you may have been following with Wolverine and X-Force, as well as David Wachter. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Wachter. Wachter. What do you guys think?
Just do your best.
Wachter.
Believe in yourself and everyone will believe in you.
That's it. She got it.
Make it till you make it.
She's reading from the Bible she wrote.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
These holy proclamations for the church.
I thought it was
the Church of Feather. But yeah, he did Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon. So Aliens Aftermath #1 will collect an all-new story set in the same terrifying universe as the movie. The action will take place at Hadley's Hope and present a possible future for the LV-426, the location of the movie. So that's cool. It sounds like Ripley will not be a part of this, which is kind of disappointing. But at least it's like we'll have some connection to, in my opinion, the best Aliens movie. So yeah, there's that.
I mean, Aliens is such an icon to the horror movie and sci-fi genre that it's nice that they're doing something.
Yeah, for sure. Marvel just acquired the rights to publish those comics. And the ongoing right now, I've only read the first issue, but it is really good. So it sounds like they're doing the best they can with that IP. Have you seen any of the more recent movies like Prometheus or Alien? Not Isolation, that's the video game, but Alien. Someone in chat, help me out here. Alien something, I don't know, but it wasn't that good. But I don't know. Did you guys like it?
I liked both of them. You talking about those prequels?
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
prequels.
Yeah,
so
I like them both. Yeah.
You have the first 2, then you have the third one, which
Covenant,
is like Covenant. Yeah.
That's it.
You got the first 2, which is Alien and Aliens, and to me those are like scripture. And then you have Aliens 3, and then Alien Resurrection, which was entertaining at least. And then you have like the Alien versus Predator 1, Alien versus Predator 2. And then there's Prometheus, and then there's Alien Covenant. And I think that's all of them, unless you count the video game Alien Isolation, which was actually pretty good. But yeah, that's a lot of shit, and I don't hate all of it, but I definitely prefer the first two.
I saw them when I was a child, and I remember they freaked me out, and that carried into adulthood.
Shit's scary, right?
Yeah, I mean, classic horror like that, I feel hits on a different level than the modern day horror, where they're just going for jump scares.
Do you think it's scarier when the monsters are practical effects versus computer generated?
I don't think that matters as much as actually getting to see the monster. I hate movies where they're just like, there's a thing after you, and we're gonna show you like a talon. That's it.
Yeah.
You can use the rest of your imagination. Like my imagination sucks. I know I write and do comics, but seriously, I need a visual medium. Show me the monster. I don't care if it's prosthetics. I don't care if it's CGI. I don't care if it's a giant machine. I want to see it. I want to see the cool monster.
So you're a big Blair Witch fan, then? Is that what you're saying?
Why you gotta hurt me like that? What did I do to you?
Did you see the sequel with Fairuza Balk? There's like a sequel. There's Blair Witch 2.
I've seen the sequels. I'm a big Blair Witch fan. I played the game too.
There are two horror movies that I started to watch, but I wasn't able to finish them. One of them was The Hills Have Eyes, and I did come back to that, but just the scene where they're in the camper was too much for me. I had to turn it off and walk away and watch an episode of My Little Pony and come back. And then the other one was Blair Witch 2, and that one I just turned off, and I was just like, I'm going to do something else for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So when you said you took it off, did you take it off because you couldn't see the monster, or the anxiety was too like it was? So was it scary?
I mean, I thought to myself, maybe I should just go walk alone in the streets of New York City at night, and that might be a little scarier.
Yeah. I can't not watch something that has Fairuza Balk because for some weird reason I love her. I don't know why. She's just great. I don't know what it is. She's awesome. Ever since The Craft. But yeah, it is a terrible movie. It's one of the worst movies ever made.
Blair Witch 2?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Blair Witch 1 I like. I think the writing depends. I like your answer, Feathermage, was when you said it doesn't matter really. I think really the story sells it, right? The story, the cinematography, like whether it's practical effects or CGI effects. I think even bad CGI can be hidden by good cinematography and good story. Blair Witch.
Go back and watch The Gremlins again. That's awful, but it's a beautiful movie. Yeah,
it's bad. I would say the story is also bad in general, but like,
I thought Oculus was scary as fuck. That's like gave me nightmares.
I say this about webcomics and all kinds. I love Oculus.
Scary. Oh no, anyway, I like it, but damn, it was fucking terrifying.
There are a lot of times where good story can save bad graphics or a bad art style. Like look at, for example, BoJack Horseman. I've been rewatching that lately. The art is not great. I mean, it's average. It's kind of like Adventure Time trying not as hard. But the story and the writing is fantastic. And I don't care how beautiful a cinematography piece is, but if there is no story, people are just going to be like, wow, that's pretty. Maybe I should take some LSD and watch this, but they're not going to really feel anything or absorb it.
Right. The underlying drama gives meaning to everything. So like, doesn't matter how awesome the action is or how awesome anything is, you have to be emotionally invested in the drama of the characters for any of it to even matter.
Yeah. The only thing I'm not like that in is with comics. Like with comics, great story. Obviously, you need a good story, but I can't get through bad art in comics. If it is low quality art or the artist hasn't reached their peak yet, I can't get through it. I can't.
But you've expanded what art you like. Like I've noticed, like just over the last few years, like the things that there are things that I think you like now that you would have considered bad art a long time ago. Would you say that's accurate?
I would need an example. I'm not sure. I mean, so if we're using the phrase art I like, then I would say that's art that I don't think is bad. So you would have to show me like, oh yeah, I would have said this was bad 2 years ago. You'd need to get. I need to
Which
get
I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, if you got a comic book and that comic book was just literally Picasso or whatever artist you love, and it's just beautiful, but the entire thing is just garbage. You might put it on your shelf, but you're not going to tell your friends, "Oh my God, go out and buy this." So I'm saying a good story can save mediocre to bad art.
Yeah,
but
but mediocre.
No, I definitely agree. I think everybody has their own little like which one they lean more. I definitely agree with you 100% on movies. Like you have the most gorgeous movie, and it's like what was that even about? That is without a story, you can't save it with good art. So
example, the Avatar Last Airbender movie that never existed. Beautiful graphics, beautiful cinematography.
Yep. If it was ever
the writing.
Made,
Yeah, if it was ever made, it wasn't. But if it was,
didn't happen.
And it didn't happen, and I didn't go see it for my birthday because it didn't come out on my birthday, and it wasn't a big thing that I was excited about for the entire year. And own all of the yo-yos from Hot Topic and the slap bracelets and the T-shirts.
But you saw them float that one rock, the one rock that floats across the screen.
Where do you live? I'm gonna be there. Just don't worry about it. The baseball bat is so we can go to the park and play.
Yeah. Where did Robo go? He went to the farm. He went to the
farm. That's right.
Alrighty.
I did not watch the MODOK Hulu trailer, by the way.
I did, and it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be
hilarious.
I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I mean, I started reading. And I actually bought. I have to put away now, but MODOK #1 I bought. I wanted to see what it's like, and I think it's gonna be. It's not cartoony funny, but some of the themes are going with, and like he's trying to think back, and he has a wife, but in his memory, because something's going on inside his head, his wife looks like him, but like old timey, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like I Love Lucy.
Yeah. That's why I don't know why I couldn't think of that. I was like, I love someone. I don't know the show anymore.
Aw, that's so sweet that you love somebody.
Yes. But yeah, that's how she looks. So anyways, I think the whole MODOK thing is going to be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun character. And anything Marvel, I'm in.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, thank you so much for joining us. Definitely, if anyone in the chat, I know I said it before, but please check out Caravan from Feather. It's on Webtoons. The links are in the description and in the chat, and it's a good way to spend your time. It's pretty awesome. And Feather, thank you so much for joining us.
Not a problem. I'm happy to be here. I was only panicking for half the day.
Oh, okay. No, don't panic. Don't panic.
Oh, I have anxiety. I can get panicked about like a doctor's call. No worries.
Same.
Oh, okay.
Same. Nothing throws me like a boss saying, "Hey, can I talk to you at the end of the day?" That's cool. Now I'm
like, how about now? Now is great.
Yeah,
you can talk to me now.
Yeah. Oh, you have an appointment? Can you cancel that? Because you just completely wrecked my entire day. Thanks.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen and envies, thank you for joining us. That's the end of our show. Like Judah Rad has already said, I think it's tinyurl.com/caravan. Go check out Feather Major's amazing story that has like a bajillion views and a bajillion upvotes, and Webtoons is it. Webtoons is the future, so if you're not on it, get on it, because that's where we're going.
If you're not on it, you're getting left behind, and you're gonna have to read
behind.
You're gonna have to read Brigade for for the rest of your life. That's all you get.
Don't forget to continue to wash your hands. Go get vaccinated if you can. Go get vaccinated. Go get vaccinated.
And stay 6 feet away from people. Not because you have to, just because nobody wants you near them. Just stay away.
Once the virus is gone, and once everyone is vaccinated and we're good, still maintain 6 feet away from me. Thank you.
And me, please. Thank you. Yes.
You guys can get a little closer. 3 feet for me. But peace.